Hello there, people of the internet. How is everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty damn good. Thanks for asking. This is another video that I figured I'd make based off of concerns, questions, comments, etc., that other people have. It seems like every time I break out a gun that has been sporterized, somebody somewhere gets upset that the gun is not in its original military configuration. They also get upset that I purchased this sporterized rifle, despite the fact it has absolutely nothing to do with them. And I thought I'd get into one of the reasons why so many of these military guns are sporterized to begin with, why I don't go around converting them to a non-sporterized gun, and my view on sporterization in general. Now, first things first, let's just go ahead and dive right in. This right here is one of the ones that really gets to people. This is my Car 98 1944 date of production, and it has obviously been sporterized. Seems like every time I bring this thing out, somebody somewhere is like, gasp! A sporterized Car 98! Why would they destroy such a historical thing? Well, guys, let me go ahead and break this down for you. Today's highly collectible bolt-action rifles are yesterday's garbage. Don't take that the wrong way. Back in like the 1950s, 1960s, these were all over the place and were dirt fucking cheap. Like, you could buy 6 of these and not even break your wallet, unlike today. You buy 6 of these and you're gonna be feeling it. But back then, why would you go out and buy yourself a brand new, top of, or brand new modern age hunting rifle, whenever you could just pick yourself up an old military rifle, cut up the stock a little bit, and you got yourself a nice cheap hunting gun that's just as effective as whatever else is on the market. And so that's what a lot of people did. They went out, got themselves a nice cheap military gun. This was, 1950, 1960, probably even 1970s, when these were all over the place, and they just lobbed it up, made it nice and light, nice and comfortable to walk through the woods with, and this was the bang-up gun. I don't care if it gets scratched or dinged or whatever the hell. I don't care if it gets rusted out. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is the ideology for back then. People didn't care about them. They're collectible today. Oh, people love them today. But back then, just with how much there was, people didn't care about them. I think a good, accurate representation of that is the Mosin Nagant, or Nagant, or however it is you want to pronounce that. I really don't care how you want me to pronounce it. I'm pronouncing it however I want. But just a couple of years ago, you could buy yourself a Mosin for, roughly 80 bucks. 100 bucks if you find yourself a good quality one. And people put that as an attribute to, I'm trying to find the right words here. People attributed that to the gun being garbage. The cheap price meant the gun was garbage, and that's exactly how these right here were viewed back in the day. That's why people had no idea or no problem cutting up Mosins to make sporterized guns for a long time. That's why there's so many sporterized Mosins out there. They weren't collectible until up to a few years ago. So that is like most of the reason why a lot of these military surplus rifles are sporterized. Now, why I don't go around converting sporterized guns back to their original military configuration is because I don't care. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to say I don't care about a lot of stuff. Just hear me out. I don't care if a gun has been sporterized because although I am a collector, I am not a collector that tries getting original military style weapons from a specific time era. If, like this Car 98, I don't mind the fact that it does not have its original stock on it, simply because whenever I got it, I wanted a bolt-action rifle that fired an 8mm Mauser round. I wasn't trying to go for an original-looking Car 98. If that is your thing, you go for it, by all means. If you are one of those collectors that wants to pay a premium for a rifle in its original configuration, hell, like I said, go for it. That's not my cup of tea. I don't care if something is sporterized or not. If it, is comfortable and done nicely and fires reliably and is comfortable to shoot, is safe, then whatever. If I have it and I like it, then I'm going to use it. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we should go and like gather up a bunch of military rifles from World War II, chop them up and make a bunch of sporterized rifles. That's not what I'm saying at all. I am saying that for the ones that have already been sporterized, I have no problems bringing these out to the range and using them. Now if you want to get yourself a sporterized gun and get yourself an original stock to put back on it, this way you kind of stick it back in its original military configuration, by all means go ahead and do that. But you won't really save much money doing that. You're better off just finding yourself a gun that's already in its original military configuration. I mean, maybe you'll get lucky. Every now and then you might find a good deal on a gun. Like for example, this right here. That's another reason why I buy sporterized rifles. I get the rifle that fires the caliber I want, and it's oftentimes much cheaper. Guess how much I got this sporterized Kar 98 for? 180 bucks. How many people's hearts just dropped? How many people just like stood up in their seats? Yeah, 180 bucks for this World War II 1944 data production Kar 98 that's been sporterized. Nowadays, I mean, I got this probably about, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. I got a video on my channel from whenever I actually got this, so it wasn't that too terribly long ago. But these things are becoming very, very collectible very, very quickly. I could probably turn around and sell this thing for $500, $600, $700, depending on the seller. If I throw a stock on this thing, this is a $1,200 rifle. So in this particular case, if I decided to, put this thing back in its original military configuration, I could make a pretty profit off of it, but I'm not gonna. Having this rifle right here is worth more to me than that money, because there's plenty of other ways to make money. And the next and most important thing that makes me buy sporterized guns is the fact that they are much lighter, much handier, and much more comfortable than a rifle in its original military configuration. Like the Kar 98, anyone who's actually handled one of these in real life that's not sporterized, those are some heavy bastards. Like toting those around all day long, or hell, I gotta walk quite a ways out here to get to my gun range. This right here does make it a lot easier. If I go camping or hunting or, whatever the hell, and I decide to bring a rifle, this right here, a sporterized gun in general, that makes things a lot easier than trying to rig up with an original military configuration rifle. Anyway, I think I've made some pretty valid points. A lot of these guns are already sporterized. They were cheap back in the day, so they've been sporterized. I like the sporterization. I'm not going for original military classic style looking firearms. I care about if the gun is functional, and I care about what round it fires. That's my niche. I also enjoy how light and comfortable sporterized guns are. Like this sporterized Kar 98 has a huge old rubber butt plate on it that's nice and soft. And it really, really, really helps with the recoil. I fired non-sporterized Kar 98s on several occasions, and they recoil so much more than this lighter gun, and that's saying something. Okay, well, just talking about the gun isn't that much fun, so I'm going to go ahead and load up some ammunition. We're going to lob some lead down range. I got a couple of targets up there, so we are going to shut the hell up. I got some full metal jacket, steel case, 8mm Mauser ammunition, and we're just gonna have some fun now. Okay, well, we have camera B up out there, so hopefully it doesn't fall over, and hopefully you guys will be able to see me lob this lead. I'm pretty sure this is steel core ammunition, so it will be interesting to see if we have any sort of splattering on our target down there, our steel silhouette. All right, lock and load. There's that bird again. I see some bottles right there. We're going for that. Well, that was cool. Now we're going to go for the bottles on the stove. That bottle just freaking disappeared. Well, there goes the top half of that bottle. I got one round left. Let's hit that bottle on the trunk. Ah, I missed that one. All right, I had 2 stripper clips of ammunition out here, so I went ahead and I'll just go ahead and load that back up. Last 5 rounds, I should have brought more. I'm having fun, but I don't feel like walking back to the house just to walk back out here, so we're gonna just lob this down there. Let's go for that one on the trunk again. Ah, now it's gone. Let's go, let's go. Back to the steel silhouette. Get the rest of that bottle that is on the stove. Or not. Alright, well, we had a slight ammunition malfunction. Case got stuck in the rifle. That's just, you know, the cheapo steel case ammunition that I'm using. Very, 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 very cheap stuff. Anyway, I need a ramrod to like knock it out, but I don't have a ramrod with me, and I'm not going to walk back to the house and back up here just so I can ram that out. So I guess I'll just take care of that later. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe down below, because I do this kind of stuff all the time. If you like the video, do me a solid and actually like the video. Let me know what your thoughts are on sporterization of rifles, whether or not you want to take already sporterized rifles and configure them back to their original military configurations, or if you are like me and you have no problems using a sporterized rifle. They're light, they're handy, they're comfortable, they're easy to use. I think I'm gonna make like a full video on all my sporterized guns, because I really, really like them. Anyway, like I said, if you actually like the video, that definitely helps out. Check out the description down below. You're gonna find a link to my second channel. It's a great channel. It's a gaming channel. I get drunk, play video games, put it up on YouTube. That's kind of like my fallback plan in case something happens to this channel. YouTube's kind of tyrannical right now, and their algorithms are garbage, and they're designed to make people fail. So if something does happen to this channel, then that right there will be my fallback. You'll definitely help out this by subscribing to that one as well. Especially if you want to get me, or see me get like really, really, really fucked up and play some video games. It's a really good time, but a lot of it I don't put up because, oh man, I get squirrely when I get fucked up. Anyway, we got weather rolling in, so I guess I'm done for right now, at least for a little while. I don't know, I'll knock out the round on this and I'll probably hang out inside for a little bit. We'll see what happens. I might do some video editing. If it's not raining and I feel like coming back out, then I'll do exactly that. That being said, thanks for watching, guys. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. Shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.